What's going on, YouTube? Claic Yuzolt back again with another Final Fantasy Brave Exvius trial guide, and today we're taking on the Robot Castle 3-star Alexander, and I'm going to show you a couple of ways you guys can get through it without having to deal with all those crappy mechanics that are going on, so let's get into it. Alright guys, so first off, if you don't remember, the 3-star Alexander fight is going to be located in Vasectrum, in Paladia, and then it's also going to be in the Sacred Valley. You guys are going to find it at the top up here. And it's going to be it's a pretty difficult fight. I mean, honestly. The fight is a lot of light damage, and then also it likes to imbue you sometimes with certain elements if you're trying to use physical attacks. It likes to put up damage mitigation. So after turn 1, this boss is going to put up 80% damage mitigation to magic or physical. And that's going to stay there until you deal dark damage to it, and then it's going to go down to 60, and then the next turn it goes down to 40, and then it stays at 40. But if you consecutively use dark damage, it does take it down a bit so you can do a lot of damage. This guy does counter hit back at you that if you hit it at all, it's going to come at you with a fixed magic attack that you can't cover, so it's going to be difficult, right? Because every time you hit, your damage dealers are taking a smack right back in the face. Now, this can be, you know, you can break the boss, you can break its attack and magic, sadly cannot break its defense and spirit, which is tough because it's so tanky. So you want to take its, break its attack and magic, keep that broken, keep that going, and allow that to happen. It is a machine, so that's going to help you out. It is also negative in peril to 300% to dark and 300% to water. In our guides today that I'm showing you the different ways you can beat this trial, we are going to be using dark because dark is really great, especially if you have Dark Phoenix 7-star, which we're going to be using in this battle here in a minute. For different kinds of strategies involving physical damage or magic damage, depending on what units you may have. It is possible to do it without Dark Fina, but you're going to need a lot of machine killers. But there are a lot of different ways to have machine killers out there. One, Alexander, obviously, if you get him 3-star, I know you probably don't have him unlocked yet, but your friends maybe, and they're going to have Machine Killer Plus up there. 2 is just going to be normal Machine Killer, which I think came from a bundle, and then you can also get it from Edgar's TMR, and then it goes on and on. The list goes on and on of different things that allow you to have Machine Killer. Most of them are STMRs after that, but they are there, especially for your beefed up friends to use. Eventually, if you want to push him past the 50% threshold, our goal is in 2 turns to push him back past the 50% threshold. If we do that, we get about 2 more turns to be able to try to deal damage, try to take him down before he does a massive imperil on us, and then either we need to have re-raise in some way to combat that, or we die. So that's going to be our strategy we're going to show you here today, guys. So you're going to need to have a team built up enough to where you can chain down, get it maybe down to at least, you know, 60%, because after you hit it after turn 1, remember, it is going to put up that 80% threshold. It's going to be really crappy. But I think Hio, Sora, Transterra, Transterra's a little bit less. You really need to be able to clear it off with Transterra pretty quick because of her ability to be able to quad cast or even cast her dark spell, you know, in duplicates. Any kind of DR chaining, Divine Oration with a big hit at the end. There's a plethora of them out there. Even Jack's going to be good because he can imbue with water, and then the thing is negative to water. They're all going to be great here. So we're going to try to hit that because after turn 1, it's going to be like, Robot angry, put up spell, I'm angry and mad. We also need damage mitigation. We need light resist. Like I said, this boss does a lot of light damage. We're not going to be using a magic tank at all in this fight, actually. We're going to be using a physical tank to do physical cover and physical provoke. Now, everybody in our team is going to need at least 100% light resist. Probably going to need more because he does imperil you, and that can be a problem. So, I have mine all up to 50%. Then I have I always want to say that. CG Nickel, go in and use his buff. There are all kinds of other buffers out there. You can even use the ability you can get from the trial to buff all elements by 40% if you don't have a buffer on hand. There are all kinds of different ways you can fight this boss. Remember that 2B has a ton of built-in machine killers, so that's going to help you guys out there who are using 2B as your killer. But overall, that's pretty much what I want to say. Tough fight, but we're going to get in there. We're going to try it out. You can use a physical evade tank. Remember, you just need to be able to have enough light on them to be able to get it done. If we look at the initial completion rewards, I literally just got all of these. We need to use 5 or more limit bursts. What they're trying to do is make you sit there and fight the boss without taking it down too quick. Because remember, on turn 1, you can one-shot this boss. You can one-shot it because on turn 1, it has none of that mitigation. So you're going to be able to do as much damage as you can to it. 5 or more limit bursts. The way I'm doing that is I'm using Nyx. I have used, I don't think I'm going to show it in this video because it requires a very specific friend. But I've used Nyx. I used the LB up and I've gone to town with him and tried to do that. Defeat Alexander with a limit burst should be pretty simple. But again, this video isn't to do all of these missions because honestly, all of that stuff's skippable. It's not like you absolutely need that. My goal is to get you Alexander 3-star, and then you guys can get Machine Killer Plus and maybe go back in there and try again because that Machine Killer Plus is going to be important. So let's look into a couple of different ways that I've learned that I can beat this boss and show you guys what you can do depending on what units you have. Alright guys, so here's our team comp we're going into. I know what you're thinking, all 7 stars. Oh my god! Well, they don't have to all be 7 stars. For example, Wilhelm is the tank I just had build up after I was doing it on stream. Literally could be Warrior of Light, evade tank. Everybody needs at least 50% resist to light. You can get it up even more if you want to, depending on what your buff is. Whoever is buffing your light resist, you want it to get to 100%. Next up, we have CG Nickel. He's going to be our light buffer, along with our damage mitigator, along with our attack booster. So that's going to be great. We have Orin as our breaker. Again, Orin, Lauren, Kryla, 2B, they're all going to be CG Lid. They're all going to do great for you. 2B is going to be the best out of the bunch because of all the Machine Killer and the powerful LB for that LB finishing kill. That's going to be good. Next up, you have your Damage Dealer. What I want you guys to do, I'll show you guys the equipment in a minute. What I want you guys to do is take a Divine Runation chain finisher with you guys. You know, the ones that had the big hit at the end. That's Hyo, that's Sora, Jekt. The list goes on and on. There's a ton of them out there. I want you guys using them. I want you putting a dark weapon in their hand. I want you guys putting as much Machine Killer as you can find. There's a ton of it out there. If you need help finding it, go to the wiki, type in Machine Killer. It will show you everywhere you can get it. As far as Magic Machine Killer, you can get it from Alexander 2-star if you are going to use somebody like Sophia. As far as physical Machine Killer Plus doesn't come until the 3-star Esper of Alexander, but we're going to be okay because our friends should have that. We're looking for our friends. And last but not least, we have Dark Fina. Now, we're using Dark Fina in this case for the negative 120% Imperil, like I said, but we also are going to show you a fight where we don't use that Imperil, and we still have time to take down the boss and get the Esper that we need. Because again, once you clear the fight and you get the 3-star Alexander, you're going to have that much more power to go in and do a little bit more damage. I'm not going to show off a Nyx build, but essentially a Nyx build would be like, for me, turn 1, he's going to go ahead and cast Eccentric on the squad to let him get their LBs up. Some of them don't fill up with his move. Then he's going to, it's 7-star Nyx, excuse me. Then he's going to use the move where he sacrifices himself and gives everybody LB, and then you just cast all those LBs, and then you get the LB finish kill there, and that'll be great for you. So let's get into this fight. Let's find a friend unit and show you guys how to take down Alexander. Almost forgot to show you guys my equipment. I know you guys would be super sad about that if I didn't. So we'll just go through here pretty quickly. You guys can pause the video if need be to look at it. Scroll next. So we're just going to click through here. Again, look at this. All this light resist. I have Ignorance on to build up his LB so I could cast it when I was trying to get the LB thing going on. We'll just click through here. Lots of Machine Killers, things like that. Here's my Sora, super OP Sora, by the way. Love him. Sora's my boy. It is my pride and joy. Again, you're looking for a friend that looks like this. I've had several friends on stream that look like this, where I've accidentally one-shot the boss when I wasn't trying to. So you guys can find him out there. And then here's our Dark Fina. We will be not even equipped, like nothing on her. She's pretty much there just for the Imperil. You can use her later for Dystopia as well. Again, guys, you need to just be looking for friends. Try to have them help you out. They're out there, dude. Just be asking to add friends. Go look in the Reddit. Go look somewhere. They're going to help you, and you're going to be able to get this monster down. So now let's get into the fight, now that I forgot to show off my equipment. Alright guys, so this is the first friend unit that I've found that I can use. It's kind of hard to find a dark elemental friend unit, but I'm hoping to get the word out there. Maybe you guys for at least a little bit. I know King Mog's going on, but a lot of people need these dark element Machine Killer friends. I found this friend unit in Sephiroth. Can Divine Runation Chain, not the best choice because it isn't the upgraded, you know, cap off, finish the own chain there, but it is going to work out. If we look through this equipment, 110% on the light resist, amazing. Dark weapon in the hand, it is going to be dual wield, so be aware of that. And then we have some Machine Killers here with Frigo, and then we also have Machine Killer there, so that's going to be great. So we're going to go in and try to show you guys the physical damage dealing ways, as opposed to the magic ones that I just showed you, because you can do this both ways. And The killer abilities add so much damage. You guys have no idea how much these killer abilities will add to your damage here, along with being able to Dark Elemental Chain and then break with Fina. So we're going to go ahead and get that Dark break going in there with Lost Paradise here. We're going to do our buff and then our, let's see, where's our dual cast here? Let me actually grab up my iPad. We're going to go Link Stance, and we're going to go with the buff on our attack, and then we're also going to go with the Light Resist up, because we do need that going on. Again, your tank is always going to be turn 1 doing the AoE cover. Your breaker, no matter who it is going to do their break. Again, you want a higher break to take less damage. And then Sora, mine is dual wield, like I've shown you. So we're going to be going with Sonic Blade, and then we're going to do the Heavens Wept, and that's going to work right here. And we're going to chain it up like this. We're going to see how much damage we can do against this boss. So we see we've got it to 6%, and we're going to take a lot of damage back from the hit back from the counter that we take, but we made it through, and all it does on that turn is it decides, hey, I'm going to go ahead and put up my magic and physical resist, and also buffs up its attack and magic, which you can deal with that if you would like. So then all we're going to do is we're going to reload it up. Sora and the Sephiroth are going to chain. Bada bing, bada boom. That is a kill. That is one of the ways you can do it. Now, you guys can get that LB kill in there if you take the time. You have a few more turns. After you get it past that 50% threshold, you have a few more turns to get in there and kind of stave off like I've talked about. But let's show you guys a couple of more examples of what you can do. All right, guys, we're going to work with a different team comp. Let's say you don't have Dark Fina, and you really just want to know if you can still take down the boss. You're still looking for a nice, you know, dark damage dealing Divine Ruination Chainer, one of the newer ones that have that big finish at the end with a ton of machine killers on. We have a machine killer here in Frigo. We have a machine killer, I do believe, in the 3-star. We have a machine killer plus, which will be 75% from 3-star Alexander and our friend. You want to make your friend as strong as you can with machine killers and things like that on there, whether it be Hyo, Sephiroth like we saw before, you know, Kingdom Hearts Cloud, Sora, any of these people, Jack, these people will work, and we're going to show you guys how exactly it can still be done, even if you don't have Dark Fina, the easy button, all right? Now, I did speak on Sophia. If you double Sophia, it'll work really well to get the job done as it consecutively builds up and things like that. But I think this time we're going to have a little bit more trouble with getting exactly done what we want. But we still are going to be able to get it done, I think. So we're going to go and use the cover here. We're going to have our buffer over here use the buffing move along with the, we're going to build up the light resist because we're worried about that. We're going to have Lotus Mage Fina here. Let's see what she can do. We're just going to put AoE re-raise on everybody on turn 1. I don't normally use her here, so it's kind of weird to have her here as a healer. She's going to be there to be able to heal people up from getting hurt. Let's see, it's going to be Eternal Light's the one we're going to want to use. So that's going to be an AoE re-raise. If you got Fina, go ahead and throw that on there. It's going to help you out a lot. We're going to go ahead and have our breaker break, like I said. Break down the boss so we don't take too much hits. And I do believe that both of us here are dual wield. Let me just confirm. Let me go to menu here. Go to Geoffrey. Go to equipment. Yeah, so we're not going to dual cast that, obviously. It's going to be dual wielded dual cast, I guess you could say. So we're going to Sonic Blade. Oops, totally messed up that chain there. Give me a second. Sometimes I do that when I try to click my fingers too fast. So there we go. We're going to chain it up, and you're going to see the damage. It's still amazing because of all the machine killers. We didn't even... That boss would be dead if it wasn't for the... if we had Dark Fina. But things are going to be a little bit different now. We're going to try to build up, you know, maybe live a little bit longer and see what happens. So Fina's going to go ahead and do her thing. We're going to dual cast, and we're going to go with Kuraja. And let's see what else we want to do here. I don't think there's anything else we really want to do, so I guess we're just going to cast the Kuraja. Build everybody back up, give them back their health. Wilhelm, whoever yours is going to provoke. Take it in here. Your support here can do whatever they need to do. We did not cast the one that reduces damage, and we have this one right here that also puts up the limits burst gauge of an ally, so we're going to give that to our Orin, because we do want to get that LB kill in if we can. He's still a little bit far away from that. Orin can finish, so... but I don't really want him to finish. I don't want to kill it too quick, because I think he'll just kill it off. But maybe we should. We might not kill it off. Let's try it. Let's just see if we kill it off. Because, again, it does have the 80% resist here. We might not be killing it off, so we're just going to double Sonic Blade. Let's see what happens. Okay, we don't. We're good. We didn't kill it off. We're slowly getting those LB crystals for Orin. We do have our Esper gauge already filled up. And here comes Karma on our Sora. Our poor Sora is getting smacked in the face with Karma. But that's all right. We're doing okay. So you can see now that we've made it to turn 3. It'll be our turn 3. As long as you guys have all the light resist on everybody, your tank is provoking and covering. You shouldn't be taking that much damage on anyone. Karma's really the big damage happening until we get to after our turn 4. Once it gets to the opponent's turn 4, so our turn 4 happens and it's his turn, it's game over. So you guys out there as the damage dealers need to kill this boss before then, and then also use the limit burst that you guys want to possibly come on, Wilhelm. That's why I love him. All right, he's done putting out the LB crystals. But we can see that Fina needs to cure up again, so we'll go ahead and do that. We can also entrust if we want to. So if we think we're going to get the kill here, it is at 60%. Perhaps we entrust, because we're going to go ahead and cast our esper that we need to be able to take the boss down. So that's going to be good. So that's one of them. We can entrust to Orin if we would like, so that he could use his limit burst for the kill. We're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to try that out. So we're going to go to entrust on Orin here. Let's go ahead and try that out. So Orin's getting entrusted. Orin's going to go ahead and cast Tornado. We're going to reload, though, because our Soras need to be doing that as well. We're going to cast Tornado, and then both our Soras are going to chain up, and we're going to see if we can take this boss down. Boom, there it is, and we should get the LB kill and the Esper kill. So that's something you guys can look forward to and use on your own. Again, it's going to come down to you. You guys can last until your end of your turn 4. You have until turn 4 to be able to take this boss down. If you break it below 50% in one turn. If it's above 50%, I do believe you can go to till turn 5, okay? But that's just showing you guys a couple of things. Obviously, honestly, that was not even anywhere close to being I was in trouble. Very great. Had 2 great damage dealers with a ton of attack. Dark weapons in both hands, a ton of machine killers, but that's going to help you guys out with getting those missions and stuff completed. So that's what you want to be getting into. Again, instead of Orin, if you have 2B, magnificent. Super big power in her LB, doing a lot of damage. Really easy to fill up. And also has a lot of machine killers, so that's going to be great for you guys. You're going to have to mix and match, look for your really strong friend units. I'm trying to urge everybody to put up a dark damage dealing weapon chainer that along with, you don't even have to have any resist to any of the status elements because you're good to go there with a lot of machine killers, and it's going to be great for you guys. So if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're using the Dark Fina method, if you're using the non-Dark Fina method, or you're still stuck and you still need help with taking down the boss. But remember, the boss is going to be here forever. It is a 3-star Esper. You got time. And then subscribe for future content. We'll catch you guys in the next video.